Thanks for coming back to my channel, Mike Patel Group. So I've been in real estate for over 20 years, and I've helped buyers, sellers, and investors buy their homes, sell their home, and invest in properties. But one of the most common questions I've gotten over the years is from first-time home buyers. Questions like, what do I do to prepare to buy a house? How do I buy a house? What is the process of buying a house? How do I qualify for a house? Well, I'm going to talk about 3 great tips for you to get started in buying your first home. By the way, I'm Mike Patel with First Team Real Estate. So here are the 3 tips, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Tip number 1, the best tip to get to buy a house that I can give you is to decide to buy a house. That's the first thing you want to do. Because a lot of people don't have what I call a goal. Don't like to use that word, but it has to be a goal, or what you call a dream to buy a house. It's also the number 1 American dream to own a house. In fact, only 64% of all the people own a house. So which category do you want to be in? So anyway, so the first tip, like I said, is to start to decide to buy a house. It doesn't have to be for tomorrow or in the next couple of months. It could be 2 years away, it could be 6 months away, it could be 4 years away, depending on your situation, your age, your income, your debt, or anything else that may hinder you from buying. So the first step is to decide that you want to own a home, own the American dream, and then that'll get you going. It's a commitment. Once you have the commitment, everything will fall in place. It's a very simple first step. Decide to buy. Tip number 2, obviously, once you decide to buy a house, the tip number 2 is, how are you going to get that home financed? How are you going to pay for the down payment? Those are the 2 crucial things in buying a house. Putting a down payment and getting a home qualified, or your loan qualified, depending on your purchase price. So you may wonder, well, I don't have a lot of money, or I have a lot of money. So there's a lot of programs out there. You can obviously buy with a 0% down, especially if you're a VA. But there's also programs, if you're not a VA, where you can buy with 0% down. The other option is buying a house for as low as 3.5% down or 4% down. This is the FHA loan. These are government loans, and you can go in with as low as 3 to 4% down. There's other conventional loans where you can put 5% down, 10% down, which is pretty typical, 10%. You can put 20% down, and you can get qualified. So to prepare to buy the house, what I highly recommend is talk to a lender. Even if you're not quite ready yet, maybe you're 6 months out, maybe you're a year out, 2 years out, start talking to a lender. They will review your finances, like your expenses, car payments, credit card payments, any other payments that you have, student loans, and they'll look at your income, and based on your income, and hopefully you have your 2 years tax returns and W-2 forms ready, or may want to get those ready. They will let you know, hey, based on your income, based on your expenses, this is how much of a loan you can get. So based on that number, then you can think about what you can buy for that number. So let's take an example. Your lender tells you, hey, you can get a loan amount of up to $500,000. Maybe you're putting 20% down, so you're going to put $100,000 down. You're going to have a loan of $500,000, which your lender has qualified you for. So now you can start dreaming about a $600,000 house, or somewhere near there. So step number 2 is very critical, is to getting pre-approved, getting your finances ready, cleaning up your debts. If you have a bad credit score, get it repaired, and all those little things you can start doing. So when you are ready to buy, now that you have decided to buy, you're ready to go. So that was step number 2, is to get your finance in order and get prepared to get a loan and a down payment. Start saving. Step number 3, now that you have decided to buy a house and you are prepared to get a loan in 6 months or a year, and you know that you're going to buy a house for $500,000 or $600,000 or $1 million, start going out in the neighborhoods that you want. This is very critical, because buying a house is a big commitment. You may be there for 30 years. Typically, most people move anywhere from 7 to 15 years, depending on what area of the states you're in. But you're going to be there for a long time. So you want to be happy there. You want to be comfortable there. You want to be safe in that neighborhood. So go online. Go to Zillow. Go to Redfin. Go to Realtor.com. Go to my website, MikePatel.com, and look around. Zoom around online and look at neighborhoods. Drive around. Once you find a house, have an address, go drive by it. I recommend that you go to open houses. These days with the COVID-19, there's a lot of live virtual tours. Look at those live virtual tours. See if you like those neighbors in that price range, or the neighborhoods in that price range. And maybe you find out that, you know what, for $500,000 in Anaheim, for example, I'm not going to like anything. So can I settle with a better neighborhood, but I have to afford a townhouse? That's a decision you have to make. Or you might want to say, well, I don't want to buy a $600,000 neighborhood, so I may want to buy something in a better neighborhood, but it may cost me $700,000. Can you wait one more year and get more down payment or get more income and get qualified for up to $700,000 if you wait? So that may be your option. So the step 3 is very critical. It's very critical because you get to find out what you're going to get for the amount of loan that you're qualified for. Once you get to know your neighborhood, is it near your hospital? Is it near the school that you want to go to? Is it near the parks? If you have kids, is it near the elementary school or private school that they're going to? Some of the seniors, when they make a decision to buy a house, they decide if it's near a hospital. So all those play in the factor into the factor of buying a house. So that'll help you make a great decision. So for you home buyers out there, first-time home buyers, decide to buy, get your paperwork in order, start dreaming about where you want to buy, and go for it. Hope that helps. By the way, since you're on this channel, I'll be putting more videos like these, informational, every Thursday. So if you want to see more information and tips and local market information and trends, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.